Let's be honest. Every year, millions of Americans start working on their health and their wellness and their fitness habits, and it ends in frustration. There is one critical error that people make all the time that leads to frustration, and today, I'm going to tell you how to avoid it and how to do the opposite so that your experience is more joyful and successful. What's good, Simple Achievers? Steve Hicks here, online coach for Simple Success Fitness. And before we get started, I wanted to give a quick shout out to my brother for letting me come into his garage gym. You'll notice the backdrop's a little bit different today, as it's honestly equal parts garage and equal parts gym. But during the coronavirus time that we're in right now, it's great to be able to get away safely and have a place to work out that allows me to challenge myself in a way that's slightly different than what I'm doing at home. So huge shout out to my brother for supplying the garage gym today. Anyway, I want to talk about this critical error that people make all the time when they start a new fitness journey that ends in frustration. And you've probably had this yourself in the past where you'd start something and then finally it just got to be so much pressure that you quit, and then it's just frustrating and anger and miserable, right? Well, today I want to give you the tool to avoid that. And I talked about this a little bit this weekend on my Simple Fitness Weekly email newsletter, which if you're not subscribed, do make sure to subscribe to that for weekly tips, articles, exercises, and recipes. And it launches only on Sunday morning, so it's never going to spam your inbox. I'll put a link to sign up down below in the comment section, or not in the comments, sorry, in the description box, so that you can find that nice and easily. But what I want to do today is expand on what I talked about this weekend. The biggest source of frustration with people comes because they approach fitness in an incorrect manner. They approach fitness and they fight their body. They fight against their body. They work against their body when you should be working with your body and gently nudging it the direction you want it to go and coaxing it to the right direction and to the right habits. Now, I know this might sound a little hooey right off the bat, but there are some great examples of this, right? People oftentimes try to go too grandiose or too grand with how they start, and it puts the body in a state of shock. When the body's in a state of shock, it starts to break down, and then it fights back to try to undo the habits that are causing shock to it. You can see this all the time with nutrition, especially when people are starting a new diet. Maybe your normal eating habits put you at about 3,500 calories a day, and then you go on a diet and you try to eat 1,200 calories, right? You're eating a third of the food that you used to eat, and the body starts freaking out, thinking that you're starving it. So you get these miserable hunger cravings. You get lethargic, you get tired, you get miserable. You're fighting against the body, and the body fights back. Right? We've all had this. We've all experienced this. I know I was working at a gym when I first started, and they put me on a zero carb diet that they gave a lot of their weight loss clients, so that I could feel it, so that I could experience it. And my next door neighbor banned me from coming over and hanging out because I was so miserable and crabby because I was fighting against my body during that time, and it fought back. Now, what we should do instead is we should do something that's a lot more manageable. If you're looking to do some diet and some nutritional changes to lose weight, usually I recommend you look at about a 10% reduction in calories initially for a couple weeks, and then do another reduction there. 10% is a lot different than the 66% in the earlier example. And the body will start to coax and realize that it needs to be a body that's used to these amount of calories rather than excess calories. And it'll slightly move over, and it'll start to navigate and coax in the path that you want it to be on. And then over time, you can continue to coax it, continue to move it in the direction you want to go. You can see this with exercise all the time. How often have you come to the office and someone said they started a new workout program, they started working with a new trainer, and oh my God, I can't get off the toilet, my legs hurt so bad, right? That's not a good thing. That's the body working against you. That's the body being broken down. And that's you going too extreme and putting the body into an alarm phase, right? When the body is shocked and in an alarm, it cannot move forward because it doesn't know how to respond to today's struggles. However, what I do with most of my online personal training clients is when they start out with me, I start them on a really easy exercise plan that takes about 20 to 30 minutes and usually has only 2 sets of each exercise. Something that just lets the body know, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what we got to get better at. But it's not enough to break the body down and put it into an alarm phase where it starts fighting against you. Just enough to coax the body in the direction we want it to go in. Right? And this is how we make things sustainable. We see all the time when people go with these drastic, unsustainable habits that the body fights back and they cannot sustain this. And then they fail. They fall off the wagon and all the progress that you made during these extreme methods wash away. Right? And it's all because people fight against their body instead of working with the body. What we want to do is we want to coax the body gently down the road. We want to think about how we get 2% better. We want to just progressively move forward so that we're never taking leaps forward, sliding backwards, leaps forward, sliding backwards, so we can get off the roller coaster of weight loss and finally just have a process that is enjoyable, that fulfills us, and that is sustainable for the long term. Look, if this is something that's new to you, that changes the way you think and changes the way you're going to approach fitness and nutrition, then make sure to give a like on the comment and share with your friends and family so that they can move forward, so that they can work with their bodies instead of fighting their bodies and getting frustrations and miseries. Share it with them so that they can move forward in a more productive way. And if you haven't yet, do make sure that you subscribe to this channel for new videos twice a week, every week. And together, you and I can live a healthier, happier life.